society. They ruin lives by perpetuating stigma and racism, and they're on the books in over 30 states, maybe even here. It's time to repeal these ridiculous laws. Take action at healthnotprisons.org.
How do airplanes fly? What's in this box? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Learn how to store your gun securely and make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
In honor of Black History Month, WURD, in collaboration with First World Theater, presents Diamonds of the Diaspora, Black political figures and influencers from around the world. Patricia Roberts Harris was a woman of many firsts. In 1965, President Lyndon Johnson selected her to be the U.S. ambassador to Luxembourg, the first African-American woman to hold the position. She also became the first African-American woman dean of a U.S. law school, her alma mater, Howard University. During the Carter administration, Harris became the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, and by 1980, she became the first Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services. On May 22, 1978, Patricia Roberts Harris gave the commencement address to graduating students at the University of Pennsylvania.
Urban universities, particularly, must take in more of the poor and minorities as students. Despite the gnashing of teeth and breastfeeding, despite the denial of admission to competent persons who happen to be poor, we have found that 70th and 75 percentile performers can compete and benefit from a college education. Scholars have devoted too little attention to the roots of the problem within their immediate environment. It often is easier to obtain university support for exotic studies far removed in time, space, and social distance than to gain the means for serious work among people within walking distance of urban teaching centers. A sense of reality about the intercity must be maintained without studying it to death by sending in cohorts of youthful colonists, armored and noblest obliged, and without displacing the poor when the university expands. Urban universities must serve the community as they learn from the community.
That's a speech by Patricia Roberts Harris, performed by Zahara from First World Theater. This Black History Month, we honor the work and political influence of Patricia Roberts Harris. This Black History Month vignette was brought to you by Comcast, the Philadelphia Free Library, and Bristol Riverside Theater. We are the home of progressive Black talk media. This is WURD, 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. The views and opinions expressed by the guests, listeners, and hosts of any program on WURD Radio do not necessarily reflect those of the ownership, management, or advertisers of this station.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
We'll write something on the board. Let's spell it. First letter. What's that?
It's time. It's time to have real, honest, open, difficult, and inspiring conversations. It's time for Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
The day has finally come. Love and Life's first live event. That's right. Well, guess what? Before we go any further, I would be completely and totally remiss if I did not say thank you to Cherise Cypher just for the love, for allowing the entire Word family to come in here, spend some time, some attention, and some love. All right. And to you, family, I know that if you're watching right now, you're not going to continue watching. You're going to make your way down here. I know you are. I know you are. I know you are. Well, listen, what I'd like to say is that thank you to all of you who are joining us here in person. They can hear me because they're making connections. That's what's happening. And to those of you who wanted to do so, so as you know, this year's Black History Month theme is African Americans and the arts. And today's Black History celebratory moment is about Gordon Parks. Now, I know you didn't think I was going to forget just because we were live that we were not going to have a Black History Month celebratory moment. So in 1948, Gordon Parks was hired as the first Black staff photographer at Life magazine. The legendary American photographer got his break when Life magazine hired him after publishing his acclaimed photo essay on the life of a Harlem gang leader. Parks remained at the magazine for 2 decades. How about that? 2 decades, where he took photos of everyone from Muhammad Ali to Malcolm X. Ooh, family, that's today's Black History celebratory moment. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I want to send a happy birthday shout out to all of our love bugs that are celebrating a birthday. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, I do. And don't think I've forgotten you. If your heart is heavy, just know from on behalf of everybody here, on behalf of your entire tribe and village, that I am sending you extra, extra love and hugs, just so that you know that you are not alone. Okay. So, family, I do want to share some things with you before we get into the crux of everything. I know you know that February is a month of love. I know you know that. Well, Word has an exclusive new collection for this month only. Our I Love Word collection features a t shirt, stemless wine glass, hoodie, water bottle, coffee mug, and a tote bag. And guess what? If you are a member, then you can get these brand new items for 50% off in our Word shop. All you have to do is join or renew, but do that right now to get the discount code via email. Simply go to wordradio.com/. I love Word. That's ILUVWURD. Just start shopping right now, family. And yeah, that's all you have to do. Show your love for your favorite radio station. That's wordradio.com/ILUVWURD. That's right. That's right. So, family, I know you hear everything going on in the background. There is a party taking place, and I'm so happy to say that there is. I'm so happy that this is our first live and in-person event where love and life connections are being made, games are being played. It's a wonderful time. It really is. It really is. What I want to do is introduce you to those of you who are unfamiliar, because she is no stranger to the show. She's a family member already. She's been with us a few times, and she shared. Well, she's back again tonight because we're talking about love. We're talking about life. We're talking about Black love. We're talking about all kinds of things. But we're going to get into it. And before we do, our first guest of this evening is no stranger to the show. She's the founder of Gushy Candy LLC, a company that she created in 2021. It's an organization whose objective is to promote quality adult play and inclusivity. Family, I invite you to the conversation with none other than Candace Johnson. Hey, beautiful.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. Hello, family. Am I allowed to say that too? Hello, family.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know your family.
Yeah.
Listen, we've hung, we've chit and chatted and chat and chewed and all that good stuff
Absolutely.
outside of love and life. We extended it. So she's family.
All right. I got my card.
So Candace is here to talk with us about all things love. What I'd first like you to do, Candace, is tell our family members who may be unfamiliar a little bit about you.
Sure. My name is Candace Johnson. I am the creator of Touchy Feely Intimacy Card Game, owned by my company Gushy Candy, as you
I love the name.
introduced. Thank you. Well, we love a double entendre.
Yeah.
And we let people play with those words on their own.
Yes, we do.
But we just take the fault if they have too much fun. So with Touchy Feely, the reason why I'm so excited to be here is because there's 4 levels to Touchy Feely. But level 1 is for first date. It's for strangers. It's for get to know you. And then, so everyone in this room could play level 1, and then we could slowly progress as the relationship moves forward to level 4, which is the ultimate partnership, sort of your ride or die, your...
Wait, that's where you get to the touchy feely part.
Well, no, all 4 levels has the talk and the touch.
Oh, wait,
But
wait. All 4 levels, there's touch and hello.
Well, you know what? I say all the time, even a stranger can give you a really miraculous handshake.
Okay.
That sits in your mind and reminds you that you want to be touched by that person again.
Oh,
Innocent and very sweet, but our thoughts tend to start out innocent and very sweet before we realize the seduction, right? And that little game we play, which then leads us to admiration, right?
Okay.
And hopefully satisfaction by level 4.
Family, you hear that, right? You heard that miraculous handshake. Did you hear that? Did you ever have a miraculous handshake? Right? Listen, there's been a miraculous hello, a miraculous hug.
Yeah.
There's been a miraculous handshake. All of these are acceptable. We'll accept all of these.
Especially a hug on the lower back.
Ooh,
come on,
Candace.
Come on.
That's my language right
I
there.
know that's right.
That's my language right there.
That's right.
Now, for those of you who have just joined us, let me say hello again. Hello and welcome. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. So for those of you who are listening, I just want to make you aware, if you're only listening, you can also watch us. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can watch us from the Word Radio app. You can watch us on the website, online. You hear me? Wordradio.com. You hear me? I can't get it out. You can watch us as well. You can see everything that is taking place. Know that the fun has already begun. Okay? Just know that we are in full swing with all of the fun. For those of you who are commenting on our socials, I know what you're saying. I know you're saying, Carol, I know I can't talk to you tonight. I can't. But I promise, I will go back and read the comments. I promise that I will. I know Brother Nasir. I know Malcolm. I know Harold, Cheryl. Look, I know, Lily. I know you all. I know you all are tuned in. And just know that I feel the love, okay? Know that we feel the love here. Know that we do. So for those of you who missed when I shared, we're talking with Candace Johnson. She is the owner and creator of the company Gushy Candy LLC. She also created the game called Touchy Feely. She was just explaining with us about the game and the different levels. Look at the look of this game. Look at this game. Okay. Wait, first, okay. Now, what I did not share with our family members, because I want to dig deep into the game, but I want to talk first about how you got to starting a company, a game, like how did we get to Gushy Candy?
Yeah. You know what's really funny, and this is the truth? It was a really good date. That's it. It was a good date. It was 2021.
A good date.
The pandemic was roaring for all of us, and we were all in it. And so I feel like we can all at least relate to that mindset. And God blessed me with a beautiful gentleman of a man.
Nice.
And we dated for a few months, and I'll never forget. We had an incredible 17-hour date. It was magnificent.
Wait,
and
I'm sorry, a 17-hour date?
Yes. Yeah. It did not intend to be that long.
Okay.
But good things,
Hey, listen,
good things are good things. And the next morning, he went to leave. It was an overnight date. And it was around 7:30 in the morning. He went to go to work, and I wasn't working, so I just left my job as a television news producer. And I sat with the sun coming through my window, and I felt so at peace. That I felt that feeling that you only have when you've been filled up to the brim with love. And so all you have is humility and humble words, praising God that He just feels like you are worthy of that feeling. If you know that feeling, then you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
I sat there with God, honestly, sun coming through the window, and I thought, you know what? I want to create a game that makes people feel this peaceful, this calm, this in love, this happy. Because as we all know, the tide changes, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
And so, how do we get back to the warm washing waves of the water of love versus sort of that high tide of, exhaustion?
I like the metaphor here.
Yeah.
I love the metaphor.
Well, we love to stay wet.
Yeah, we gushy candy.
Gushy candy. And so the game was created, and I really wanted all people, to be able to play. And while I say it can be used as a tool or a weapon, right? So with someone you are intentional about romantically, I say it's a weapon.
Okay.
And for someone you just want to get to know, it's a tool. But I mean, it works. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful game.
You hear this, family? It works. It works. We're talking about Touchy Feely, the game. We're talking about Candace. You got me stuck. Candace, and we like wet. You hear this? You hear this, family? But guess what? We do. There's truth to that statement. We do.
Yes.
We do.
And we grown.
And we are good and grown.
Yes.
Good and grown.
Yes.
So I want to talk about the game, but I also let's go to the game now, because we're going to talk about dating. We're going to talk about so many things. But when I tell you, family, there's so much happening here. We're trying to stay focused in this corner over here.
Yes.
So please do tell. Show us the game.
Well, in honor of these beautiful single people, I feel like we should really go over some great first time questions.
I would love that.
Because I have to say that my technique to hitting on any man has really been honed mainly with my self-confidence.
Okay.
And delusion. Probably a little mix of that. But I tried to put the best of those questions in level 1.
Oh, well, let's talk about it.
And I always say, just pull one, it'll tell us everything, right?
Okay.
So,
Family, we're going in.
a really great get to know you question. Very simple. What scent or smell brings you happiness?
Ooh.
Very, very simple. So innocent, right? And a tool.
I have one.
Okay, go.
It's a cologne, actually.
Okay.
It's Bond number 9.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about that smell?
It smells masculine. It smells strong. It smells good. It's enticing. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if we're still playing the game, then I would then rate your answer on a scale of 1 to 5 based on openness and vulnerability.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to give you a 4.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Because you were eager to answer, which shows me that you are engaged. I love that your answer sounds so personal. I've never even heard of that before. I want to smell it now. And
that's
also,
a good thing.
Yes. And what I learned from you is that you're attracted to masculine scents,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, so that emotional rating converts to a touch.
Oh. Uh-oh.
So 1 would be a 1-word answer.
Okay.
You barely tried to answer, right?
Okay.
A thoughtless answer.
Okay.
Down to 5, you said it all so perfectly that you can do whatever you want.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Family, do you hear this? Do you hear this? Uh-oh.
And this is the card that takes us there. I know you guys can't see it so close, but it's the emotional conversion card. So 1, a thoughtless answer is correct. Down to 5, you said everything so perfectly, you can touch however you want. Because we grown.
Because we are grown.
And we know our pleasure.
Now, I would love to share this with the family. The emotional conversion. So, as Candace explained, my response warranted a touch, but she gave me a number 4. So 4 is representative of a kiss. And she said, we're good and grown.
And we're good and grown. So then
she said, look, like I don't know. We're good and grown. Okay.
And we know our pleasure.
And we do.
offer us a sense of comfort. So then together we would decide which one of these 4 body parts you will kiss on me.
Wow.
To the point of our comfort and the appropriation of our relationship.
This was really thought out. I mean, listen, I didn't expect anything less, so let me not say it in that way, as if the expectation was that there was less. But this is awesome.
Yeah, it's really all about communication and the
Right.
bridge that it takes to get there, and you're road mapping the whole way there.
What? And is this level 1?
This is level 1.
This is level 1.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
We're giving kisses at level 1?
Absolutely. Well, a kiss on the hand is very,
Okay.
very, very.
Okay.
It's both
Or on the cheek.
seductive on
We
the
could do a
cheek.
cheek or okay.
A kiss on the forehead. That's something
That's
to remember.
endearing,
It is
right? That's
very
endearing. That's endearing. Okay.
And a kiss on the foot, on the feet. I mean, that could just be wild and outrageous, right? Like that could be a really fun first
Hey,
date.
that's
very
enticing.
flirtatious. Yes, very flirtatious and very freeing, very daring. I think the game sort of operates a little bit like truth and dare.
Well, I want to hear your response to the question too.
What center smell brings me happiness?
Mhm.
I have to say, and this is going to sound like I'm doing a plug for myself, but
Okay.
I have a new fragrance that I'm testing for the company.
I love it. Okay.
And why it's my favorite is because, and why it brings me happiness is because it's a pheromone trigger. So it smells
See.
different on every single person that tries it on out of one bottle. Yeah.
Really?
And so what makes me happy is being able to smell different people trying it on, be able to watch their face as they realize how much different they smelled from the previous person.
Nice.
And probably the most wondrous is when a couple tries it.
Oh, so
That is
anybody
pretty-
can wear it
Yes.
because it smells different
Yes.
on everybody.
And on masculine scents, it smell a lot more weird. I do almost like the men the way it smells on a man. And then on women, it tends to smell a bit more feminine, a bit more light, a bit more floral.
I love. Okay, so wait a minute. You're working on this. You should. So, will it be available soon? Because I mean, I want to have this experience. Well,
Get your bottle.
okay, thank you.
We
Thank you.
have samples right now that we're selling on our website on touchyfeelygames.com.
Did you hear that, family? Let me make sure our family did hear that. So for those who did hear what Candace was sharing about this fragrance that smells awesome on everybody, because that's what we're owning, because it does. It smells different. Oh, I did. Oh, yes. Okay, I do love that. I do love that.
We'll put them on you on the break. And it
Well,
layers.
it'll mix in my it'll mix with my fragrance.
Well, and we don't have to, but it does layer perfectly. It layers. To say, at the end of the day, it's about your DNA. It's about your pheromones. And if a perfume or cologne already smells good on your skin, then it's just going to heighten that without that smelling further. I call it a showstopper.
Okay, family. For those of you who are interested, what's the name of it?
So right now, I'm calling it a pheromone.
Wait, oh, Candace, no,
We haven't come up with a name yet.
no.
Well, help me, family. Give me a
Family.
name.
Okay, that's right. Come on, it can't have this wondrous appeal and be called the pheromone trigger.
Is that not a good one?
No, it
Like a
is
gun.
not. That does not sound enticing.
Oh, okay.
We want it to sound inviting. That's what we want. We want all of that, all of the above. So what I was about to say, family, was that for those of you who are interested in trying this fragrance out, touchyfeelygames.com. Yeah, that's the website. And you can also pick the game.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
The fragrance.
Have a look, see what's going on in the rest of the room. We're going to take a short break, but we are coming right back to stay with us.
Stand with WURD Radio as we continue to provide dynamic, progressive programming to inform and empower our people. We're living in unprecedented times, and we must stand together to protect and preserve Black Talk Media. Become a WURD member with the annual membership price of just $90 or a digital member starting at just $5 per month. If you're already a WURD member, sign up, family member, or friend to help us continue making history. Start or renew your WURD membership today. Visit wordradio.com www.wordradio.com/forward or wordradio.com/membership.
They say the way to a lover's heart is through their stomach. Let Booker's Restaurant and Bar prove that food is a love language this Valentine's Day with their amorous cuisine. You and your special someone will be serenaded by alluring live music and treated to a Cupid-approved 3-course menu featuring their famous lobster bisque, jumbo lump crab fondue, seared lamb chops with whipped roasted garlic mash, and further decadence prepared with love. Enjoy this tantalizing evening of romance with your choice of wine, kissed chocolate strawberries, cherry cheesecake, or triple chocolate cake. Make it a Valentine's Day that you and your special someone will always remember. Booker's Restaurant and Bar. That's Booker's Restaurant and Bar. Come for the food, stay for the vibes, especially on Valentine's Day.
Bring your family and friends to celebrate Temple mascot Hoot of the Owl's birthday at the Temple versus UTSA men's basketball game on Sunday, February 18th at 2 p.m. at the Leopold Center. Meet local mascots at the game, enjoy face painters and activities on the concourse, and take part of the picture-taking and autograph session with the Temple players after the game. Kids' tickets on game day are only $10. Visit owltix.com.
Happy birthday!
I need a tax preparer. How should I choose one?
Using a paid tax preparer this year? Before paying someone to do your taxes, make sure they're qualified. Ask about their fees, experience, and training. Check with the Better Business Bureau. Avoid anyone who promises a higher refund. And review your tax return before you sign it. And make sure your preparer signs it too. For more tips, visit irs.gov and search Choosing a Preparer.
It's too black, which means it's too strong.
We're celebrating Black influence and Black excellence worldwide on the home of progressive Black talk media, WURD.
All right, so we're ready for a question from level 2, level 2. And I always like to just grab. You want to grab one? You said okay. Okay. Level 2 question. Name one way I could encourage you. Name one way. Now, would that be specifically about something in particular, or just the action itself? That's the thing about the questions. They're so simple, so that it's designed to let your mind wander. So your interpretation, absolutely. I like as it. All communication is. How it's all based on how you hear it. Oh, benefit. This is the question again. Name one way I could encourage you, or name one way I encourage. Or either I could encourage you, or I encourage you. Ooh. So I'm a teacher. I'm one of my love languages. Family, if you will recall, we were talking about love languages last week. One of my love languages is so encouragement to me is affirmation. It is pouring into me positively. Praying with me and for me. And don't misunderstand me, because I don't mean just empty compliments. That's not what I'm saying. But I mean in order to support, like to demonstrate, in a demonstration of support or something that I'm, doing. Not like physical, not like that. Yeah. Well, I can tell you, being on the radio with you has been absolutely amazing. I'm proud to say this is my third time, the first time in person like this. But listening to you perform on stage and being in the audience, I will never forget that experience as long as I live. And one day when we're able to have a Kiki and in the audience to let me be my full self, I'll tell them exactly what I went through. So if you ever need a word of encouragement, I will not shut up about how absolutely talented I think you are. I want to go find a mountain just so I can sit on top and yell it.
Candace.
I'm telling you. Don't get me started.
I forgot you had come. I forgot she came to this. I forgot.
I talk about you all the time.
Thank you for that. Really, I mean that. Thank you. Thank you so much
Thank
for that.
you.
I mean,
Thank Nina Simone. I mean, thank the life and the art and the times that needed to be for us to come together the way we did. And thank you, South, for allowing for that space and for that gorgeous table they gave me. It was a phenomenal night.
oh my, I forgot about.
I will never forget it. And it was a solo date for me. Everyone else was coupled and, had their partners. And I have to tell you, it was a solo date for me. Best experience. And I ate all 3 courses of food by myself.
Wait, how can you not at South? How can you not?
No problem.
You listen. There are no qualms when you go to South. That's not a thought or a consideration. I will have it all. I will have it all. So I ask you the same question.
What I'm actually learning is how to best encourage me is to see where I need help and to do it for me. Because I am learning that I do not delegate well, and I'm so not used to people helping. But the way I help myself is by not relying on anyone. And what I am finding as I'm single and I'm dating is men I'm most attracted to are men who can see that I need something and don't feel the need to congregate with me. They just do it. And it makes me fall in love almost instantaneously.
Ladies, for those of you who are listening and watching, I think we could all say we're in agreement with that. That is so attractive. Yeah. It is so attractive. Yeah, I think we're all in agreement. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I love that. I love that. I love
And
that.
that's what dating does. It teaches you things about yourself.
And it does. Oh, it absolutely does. It absolutely. I'm sorry, I cut you off. You were like,
No. I was just gonna say, I would have thought, because I'm such a strong leader, and I feel like I do delegate well because I'm such a strong leader, but not when it comes to my prioritized set of needs.
I can identify with that.
Yeah.
Oh, family, we are talking about some things. You hear us? We are talking about life. You're sharing, most importantly, but you already know that I'm transparent. You know, because I tell you all of my business. Well, a lot of it. Most of the time. For those of you who just tuned in, welcome. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick Radio on WURD. We are talking with Candace Dating. She did broach the subject about dating, so we're going to talk about that too. There's so much fun, so much going on here, so much fun to be had, so much fun that we are having. Oh, family, we just have no idea. No idea. And it's so, listen, I was already on 10. I was already excited that level 4 family. We're going level 4. During challenging moments, how can we focus on us? Wow. Yeah.
How much for the bouquet of flowers?
They are $6.99. Great choice.
Thanks.
For someone special?
Something like that.
Well, if you really want to make a good impression, why not throw in some lottery tickets? Add some. It is. Oh, it is. But I thought it was important to have 20 questions in each level. Okay. 80 questions total because my thinking was 8 questions of a facility plus. And I do feel that every great question that is needed for the start of any good relationship is in the top, depending on what your intention is. And there you have it. We're talking about the game touchy feely. I love the name. I love directed. It is. It is. Touchy feely is the name of the game. If you're interested in the game, you can purchase the game at the website touchyfeelygame.com. Candace Johnson. She created the company Wishy Candy, which I love. So here's the thing. We're talking about the game Touchy Feely. Are there other games in the works? We know about the perfume. We're working on a name. We're working on a name for the fragrance. I want to say perfume. We're working on a name for the fragrance. We're working on that. Because you can't fuck me. So are there other games in the works? I would love to be able to create more games. It's about focusing on just one right now, but I have a girlfriend board game that I would love to release. Yes. And also, I have, well, I don't know if I can talk about another game, but I have another game that I have in mind that really talks about how to touch different body parts for optimal. Is that you're touching, that you have access to, somebody's comfort. And
what
That's
I
a good
find,
point.
and especially in my travels, and I'm able to talk to so many people, is the number one thing that people suffer from in their old age is a lack of physical touch.
Oh my goodness.
There are cases of people who died as a result of not being able to
Family.
breathe.
Do you hear this? Wait, and you know what? I know there's truth to that. Family, listen, you see, I'm engrossed in the conversation. I'm engrossed in the event. It's time for us to take just a short commercial break, but stay with us because we are coming right back. Well, hey there, family. Hey there, family. Hey there. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Don't forget now, for those of you who are simply listening, if you want to see us, you can do so as well. I'm encouraging you to do so, quite honestly, because here we are at the live event. You can do so by going to the website wordradio.com, or you can even watch us on the app. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And we're all over the socials, as you know. As you know. But family, I'm talking with Candace Johnson in this hour. We've been talking about her game, Touchy Feely, which I'm loving, quite honestly. We're also talking about her having started her own company, Gushy Candy, which I love too. I love the name of that. But I want to just shift for a moment and talk about dating in today's world. I want to know your thoughts about social media and dating. Do you find it playing what role, I should say? Do you find it playing a negative or a positive role in dating nowadays?
You know, I actually find it to be a tool to help me more clearly see the person that I'm dating.
Okay.
I don't look at it
Okay.
as negative or positive.
Okay.
You know, if I'm dating someone and they're following a bunch of specific certain types of
Okay.
models, well, that tells me something about them.
It tells you a lot.
It doesn't have to be good or bad. It's just what it is.
It tells you a lot.
If I personally love a man with a corny Instagram.
Okay.
I love a man who doesn't know how to take a picture.
Okay.
I love a man whose last post was from like 2018. You know, I love a man who like is corny.
Okay.
Because
okay.
corny men keep themselves out of trouble.
Do they?
Ish.
Ish, right?
Ish. You know, ish.
I like the
everything's
ish.
an ish.
I like the
But
ish.
but yeah, like you know, you have to sort of run after what you know you can handle. And I've dated the superstar, and I've dated the agent. I like the best friend to the best friend to the best friend who like is quiet about his stuff, and whatever you know about him isn't on social media.
And there you have it. So let me ask you this. When is it considered cheating on social media?
For me, it's cheating the second you don't want to talk about it with me. But I have had men, because you know, a man will tell you, even if he doesn't tell you. He'll tell you. I have been outraged by something I've seen on social media.
Okay.
But then have that man look at me like, well, what's the problem? And then me realizing there really isn't a problem. There's just a difference of expectation. But my only true expectation is honesty and transparency.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't like it, I recalibrate on the fact that, well, maybe it's not cheating if we're discussing it. Because what people need is what they need. And I have been told over the years that some of the things I need is considered cheating. But it's what I need, and I don't lie about it, and I'm very open. So how is that cheating? It's just different.
It's just different.
And that's all.
It's just
and
different.
sometimes once you think about what is different in that way, different, not cheating, you realize what you can handle and what you can't.
You hear it. You hear this. Here we are. Here we are discussing life. Here we are discussing social media and dating in this very moment. What you hear in the background are connections being made, family. That's what you're hearing. We are here at Bayou Bar and Grill, located at 5025 Baltimore Avenue, for the very first Love and Life Connection event. And it sounds like some connections are being made.
There are some beautiful people here.
Yes, there are.
Yeah.
So I'm talking with Candace in this moment, and I'm asking her personal opinion about dating and about dating life in today's world. I want to know, okay, about DMs for direct messages. Talking about DMs on Instagram. I'll stick with Instagram. So if a guy reaches out to you on Instagram, he DMs you and he expresses an interest, are you immediately turned off, or do you say, let me just look, let me see first, let me have a look see and see if he might be of interest?
You know, because I know what I want, I'm open to everything because God got me 100%. So I look for the basic things. One, if you're in my DM, that means you're assertive, right? You found me.
This is true.
So I can't really be offended by a man who comes to hunt me. I'm not going to be.
A man who likes the hunt.
Yes.
We do like the hunt.
I love it. Hunt and gather me. But second to that, am I attracted? You know?
Right.
And what I have learned, because I am doing a few of the social media apps just recently, like a couple of weeks ago, I think 2 weeks ago, I got on Hinge.
Okay.
And what I actually realized is that I have no idea if I'm attracted to you based on a picture.
So, I'm so glad you said that. So are you just joined Hinge? So are you on a few dating apps or just Hinge?
I'm just on Hinge right now.
Okay.
Yes.
And you're new to Hinge.
Very new.
Okay. Okay.
I did it like 10 years ago.
Okay.
And then I literally have not done it in 9 years, maybe.
Right.
And it's just a whole new world after COVID.
Tell us about that. What's it like?
Yeah, people just don't know what to say out of their mouths, which has always been the case. But that's coupled with hurt.
Right.
So now you really don't know what to say out your mouth.
Right.
Luckily, I'm not offended by very much, but I can see pain.
Sure.
I can see pain.
Sure.
And there's nothing worse for the dating pool than a person in pain looking to be partnered.
How about that? You
That's
know,
real.
that's interesting because we kind of touched, the conversation about dating, online dating, and using the dating apps, but I've not heard not one other person talk about that aspect of other people who are on these apps who are either demonstrating hurt or you're hearing it, you're witnessing it, you're experiencing it with these individuals. I've not heard about that. What I've heard about are the people that are simply using it to hook up, use dating apps to hook up.
You know what's funny is 10, 12 years ago when I first did Tinder, which was like the first one, and that was supposed to be a hookup app. I got 2 boyfriends off that app. I got 2 boyfriends off Hinge app years ago. The thing about any place you ever are, right? Like clubs used to be a hookup spot. I've gotten many boyfriends from there. It's only a hookup spot until it's not. It's a hookup spot until there's more involved. And what I am looking for now is a more longer term relationship, but for what is available to me, it looks like a hookup is the very best that can be fed me on some of these apps.
No. And it's terrible. But you know what? I know that Hinge markets itself as the app that is the last one. Like,
Yeah.
isn't that their marketing tool?
I believe so, but I think they all market that way.
Do they? I thought this was the one. Like, this is where you come to find. You might be right. I don't know.
And I don't know. But if that's the case, then you're going to have to do it for longer than 2 weeks. Because I'm very, very open, and I focus more on what I'm wanting versus what other people are doing.
Okay.
And I will say on Hinge, to just talk about it since that's where I am, there are some really beautiful men. I've met men who I would have to be out to meet. I've met men that encourage me to date more because I'm happy to know that they're in the city. So I think it's about staying open. I think it's also about making your profile 10 years, like seek out someone 10 years younger than what you would typically like.
Really?
I'm realizing that because I jokingly, I'm 39, I'll be 40 in April. And I jokingly say I've been dating 40-year-olds since I was a teenager. And because I like older men. But what I'm realizing is at 39, the older men that I like are 50 plus, and that's fine, but they are very set in their ways. They think they know, and that's good for them. So I've actually just forced myself to go a bit of the other way.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, then I will do 29 through 55.
Okay. 29 through 55.
As opposed to what I was doing before, which was 44 through 55. And so I have really doubled my dating pool just
How
doing
about
that. And, there's a lot more 6-packs now.
Well, how about that? How about that? Candace, you are a mess. So let me ask you this. How much time do you give yourself on a dating app? Or do you just see how it goes?
Listen, I know what I want. I'm fast and furious. How I like to do it is I see the picture. It's a yes or no for me. I like to hear the voice. And I like to basically make sure they don't litter, they're non-judgmental, and they're taller than me. Those are the 3 things.
She said, I like height.
Yeah. And I immediately after that want to go on a date. You don't have to spend any money. I don't care. We can go meet in the park. But I need to be in energy with someone.
Okay.
I don't need a text message. I don't need a pen pal. I don't need anyone to email with. I need someone who makes me melt when I'm in front of their face.
Wow.
And so I have learned that if I really knew what I wanted, then I would already have what I wanted because God gives me what I want as soon as I pray and ask specifically for it. So I do fast and furious, as many dates as I am attracted to people right away. And I try to make it low stakes so that they feel comfortable, I feel comfortable, and we can get to seeing if the chemistry is there.
I love that.
Yeah.
See, I'm big on chemistry.
Yes.
My grandmother would always say, you don't know what you want until you get it.
It's true.
She would always say that. Well, of course, she was definitely right about that. Definitely right. Because God only knows.
It's true.
It's
And
so
also,
true.
if I can be a little crass, sometimes I'll say, "Oh, I want a tall guy," but it'd be some 5'9" guy who got me, you know. And there have been times when I've thought I needed the attractive guy, and as my girlfriends will tell you, some of my boyfriends haven't been so physically handsome in other people's eyes, but have been able to snatch my butt up. So they got something going for them. And so that has taught me that I don't know until I'm in space with the person.
Beauty
So-
is within the eye of the beholder.
Absolutely.
And that has absolutely, in my opinion, nothing to do with physical appearance.
It's true.
I am a person, I rely heavily on connection.
Yeah.
I rely heavily on spirit.
Yeah.
Heavily.
Yeah.
So, I'd
Same.
say, I'm sure if you saw someone from my past, you might say, huh, if you were looking, well, and it depends because, like I said, beauty is within the eye of the beholder. So, you might say that. You might not. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you this. I want to stick to social media for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go back to social media for a minute. We were talking about dating apps. I don't go back to social media. So in your opinion, do you think there are any positives in posting like your significant other or posting what you all are doing or posting about your relationship?
I do. I think the world needs more love.
Okay.
Even when I see, in fact, I've shot this really beautiful video. I have to post it of two people walking by City Hall. I was walking behind them and they were holding hands.
Oh, that's sweet.
And it was so beautiful. So, of course, I broke into their privacy and recorded them. It's like, people need to see more love. I don't care if it's digitally, walk down the street. I encourage people to do as much PDA as you can.
Yeah.
Show your love however you can, but just be transparent about the experience. You know, I don't think that it's necessary to share all of your dirt.
Any of it.
Right. You know,
Yeah.
I come outside in clean clothes. I don't show y'all my dirty panties, you know, but I think it's important to remember I do have dirty panties. Right.
How about that?
But when I come out, I show you the best version of myself. I think in your relationship, you can do the same thing. Hey. And, you know, for me, I'm a single girl. I love seeing women who are fully partnered, and I love seeing the love that they receive from that. I love looking at Beyonce with Jay-Z. I love seeing Beyonce with, protected by Kanye West. I love seeing Beyonce protected by her father.
Yeah.
A woman who is cloaked with male energy protecting her is a woman who is well fed in life.
You heard that. Candace Johnson is our guest in this hour. We are talking about some things, family. Welcome to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are going to take a commercial break, but stay with us because we are coming right back.
Dating game. So if you can focus your attention to the front, you will be able to watch some folks go through this process of choosing a date.
And we are back. Family, welcome back. Welcome to the top of the second hour of Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. So as you see, we are here live. This is Love and Life's first event, family. I keep telling you that. I'm going to keep telling you that because I'm on 10. I'm so excited about that. We are here at Bayou Bar and Grill at 5025 Baltimore Avenue, and we are having a ball, right, family? See that? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Candace had to run. Candace Johnson was with us in our first hour. She had to run, but I hope you enjoyed the touchy-feely game. I know you did. Oh, look at that. I had so much fun. Look at me hitting my mic. In any event, it is time, family. I wish I had a drum roll. It is time for our dating game, but I know you're going to say, because you're going to notice any minute now, that Dr. Marquita is not with us. She's under the weather. I know. Dr. Marquita, we are sending you all the love and hugs you can handle in this moment. Do you hear me? Because we miss you. But guess what? We're going to have so much fun for you that you're going to feel it from right there on your sofa or in the bed, wherever you are. I'm going to pivot right now and send it right on over to our beloved who is going to host this part of the show. The dating came with Tiffany Bacon, the one and only, our beloved.
Thank you, Carol. And hello to everyone here at Bayou Lounge and Bar. Welcome to the very first WURD dating game. Woo! And listen, we have 2 male contestants and a bachelorette. Our bachelorette this evening is Asia, and she's going to ask a series of questions to our bachelors who are with us. We have Reginald and we have Samson. Can we give it up for our bachelors and our So the winner of this game, whoever Asia chooses, you all will get to go on an all expenses paid date to City Winery.
Woohoo!
Also, we want to remind you, all, our sponsors for our live broadcast today are the Pennsylvania Lottery, Bayou Lounge and Bar, and City Winery. Right now, we're going to give Asia the opportunity to ask our bachelors some questions. Take it away.
I got some hard ones.
You guys ready?
Still need a song, Bob.
Okay, all right. So describe your ideal dream date partnership. What roles would you each play, and what complementary qualities would each person bring to the table? So again, describe your ideal dream team, your partnership. So that's you and your partner. And what roles would you each play, and what complementary qualities would each person bring to the table?
Ideal mate. We would be spiritually compatible. We would understand our place in American society as it relates to us as a people. How we would complement each other is we would know each other's strengths, and we would protect each other's weaknesses. And then the third part, because it's a 3-part question.
What would each person bring to the table?
That's often a question that is often asked, especially in today's society. So I would say that you would bring your best healthy self to the table, and from there we can work it out.
Nice.
Could you repeat the question?
Sure. All right, so describe your ideal dream team, your partnership. That's you and your partner. What role would you each play, and what complementary qualities would each person bring to the table?
We definitely complement one another. One of the things I would admire most about a woman is one who has considerations not only for herself but outside of herself, for the community that she lives in, and just concern herself with being a healthy individual and uplifting the world around.
Excellent.
Give it up
It's good.
Woo-hoo.
All right. So just go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this one is pretty popular amongst my girl group. All right. So deal breakers and disclosures. Imagine your ideal partner walks in the door. Describe 3 qualities they must have and 3 deal breakers that would instantly turn you off.
Ooh, that's a good question.
3 qualities. I would say feminine, cooperative, and feminine, cooperative, and agreeable. And 3 deal breakers. She hasn't understood herself in terms of her psychological needs. She believes that there is equality based on gender, and the reality is I don't believe that. We come to the table with who we are as people and how we support and believe in family, and especially as a man, I believe in men providing and protecting. And then the last deal breaker for me, being from the South, is she has to understand how the partnership in the household, especially as it relates to the nourishment of my body.
Wait. That was a loaded response. Wait, that was a very loaded response. Wait.
It's like you it's just to keep them.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that was a loaded response.
Deal breakers, I'd have to be able to talk to her. Before I could identify anything that would be a deal breaker. As far as what attracted me immediately would be she seems happy or content to be in the space she's in right now. That's all I could really say.
All right. All right. So 3 deal breakers and 3 qualities. Do you have 3 qualities?
Okay.
Yes.
I have 3 qualities. She moves in a healthy way. She smiles, and her conversation is about WURD.
Great answer.
I couldn't identify deal breakers. I would have to talk to her first. I can't imagine a lot that I would see a woman just come through the door and I'd be, that's it.
Okay. All right. Off to the next one. Let me find a good one for you, Mr. Ray. All right. So dream date design. So you get to plan your perfect weekend getaway for you and your dream partner. Describe the location, the activities, and intimate moments that will make it unforgettable.
Everybody wants the response to this question.
3 questions in each question. And it seems like she's doing research. So, and they're pretty long. So, okay.
So let me break it down for you, okay? So your dream partner, describe your dream getaway. So what's the location and activities and intimate moments that will make it unforgettable?
The location for me would most likely be somewhere near a mountainous area. The activity would obviously be in nature, whether that's river rafting or even walking. I believe that we should get back to nature and be one with nature. That's just my belief. And then the last question part of it is
intimate moments.
I would love to spend that day toward the sunset, where we have a picnic, wine, and Communication.
Oh, nice. Okay, because it's a long question.
Yeah.
I gotta find out now. I gotta vet my man now.
That's right. That's right.
Your perfect weekend getaway for you and your dream partner. Describe the location, the activities, and intimate moments that will make it unforgettable. Wow.
Location. I would figure location would be somewhere around, maybe in the Poconos cabin, something like that. Someplace where, you know, we get up, exercise, sit across the table and talk.
Okay. Activity.
Activities would be hiking, maybe bird watching, jogging through the woods, hiking through the woods.
And what intimate moment would you plan to make it unforgettable?
I couldn't share that.
Okay.
Family, y'all are hilarious. I mean, wait, the family is hilarious. You hear me? I hear the oohs, the ahs, the all right. Asia, you got a decision on your hand.
Oh, this is hard. These guys, they came with their A game. All right. What if it's a tie? Can I take both?
Yes. You can take both of us.
Before
This is WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, and you are listening to our very first dating game here at the Love and Life live broadcast at Bayou Lounge and Bar. Our bachelorette is asking the bachelors some questions.
All right, guys. So I know we're just coming off the pandemic, so let me see what kind of skills you have. This is my culinary challenge. You have 24 hours and only $20 to impress me with a home cooked meal. What would you make and why?
Wow. $20.
You have $20.
Well, this is a meal for one, obviously. But let's go with it.
You have $20.
With $20, I'm most likely going to get you sea bass.
Okay.
And I'm gonna prep that by I'm gonna prep it in the air fryer, but I'm gonna season it with my special seasonings. And I'm gonna prep it Jamaican style. So I'm gonna cut it three slices on each side before I air fry it in olive oil. You know what I'm saying? And then because it's only $20, I'm probably gonna bring you a little risotto for that. But I'm gonna sprinkle some leaves of lettuce on that just to give you a little greenery.
Okay. Sounds good.
This was definitely a softball. My kielbasa spaghetti with green peppers.
No. All right.
He was ready. He came ready. Okay.
Baby.
He came ready.
Yes. That sounds good. I'm hungry. All right.
We got some mini mac to cook.
All right. So here's a good one. Describe a time when you learned a valuable lesson about love in the most unexpected way. What did you learn, and how has it shaped your approach to your relationships?
Been talking to a relationship coach.
No, these are all my girlfriends. We're trying to find a perfect man.
Oh, the perfect relationship coaches.
Yes. So describe a time you learned a valuable lesson about love in the most unexpected way. And what did you learn, and how has it shaped your approach now?
valuable lesson is not to cheat. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. And then when you lose a love, you go through a healing phase and you realize that the first person you ever cheated on was yourself before you made. And then you develop integrity. And so moving forward, you deal with people in that vein of integrity so that you can be honest when things are not a match, and you can be honest around stepping away if you have to, so that you don't find yourself in the same situation.
Well, that struggles are Dane. There, I have a new idea of what struggle means in a relationship between two people, because your assumption is that you shouldn't have so much struggle, but you can't really calculate, what that should feel like. There's nothing that bonds you more, I think, than someone who's bared your child. Even after divorce and things like that, there's still a bond there, because there's nothing that I can imagine that's greater than a good mother. So.
All right. Okay. Fellas are digging deep, Asia. They're digging deep.
Asia, we coming hard.
I'm trying to see. Yeah, okay.
Girl, I'm trying to right now.
They
I
are
don't know what's
digging
going
deep.
on. I don't know what the audience thinks. Is it the tie right now? Is it
Okay, so here's a good one. All the ladies want to know. All right, so imagine you whisk me away for a whirlwind romance from Italy. Tell me, what 3 cities would you choose to visit and why? Some of my favorite cities are Rome, Venice, Naples, etc. Paint a picture for me. What romantic activities would you do in each city, and what makes them special for you?
Asia, this is probably where
Oh no.
we wouldn't be going to Italy.
This is
We wouldn't be going to Italy. We most likely would be going somewhere in the U.S. I'm being honest. Maybe Miami, probably Florida Keys. Sorry. Florida Keys. Yeah. So with that said, the rest of your questions would relate to how what we would do.
So it says imagine.
Imagine. So my imagination.
It says imagine.
I love that. You know what? All right, now we're back to Italy. We're back to Italy, Asia.
Oh my goodness.
And we in 3 cities that I imagined that you wanted to go to.
Yes.
And we would have dinner with wine and candlelight. And I would pay for, out of my own pocket, for someone to play a violin and to play love songs in every restaurant we would spend our time in. And we would end the night with a kiss, but that's it, because I need you to understand the anticipation of the rest.
Oh, nice. That's a good imagination.
Imagination.
Oh, heavens
So-
to Troy.
Again.
Wow. I'm sorry. We have a
with
quick
me.
cliffhanger before Samson answers that question. So Asia, hold on to that question. We have to throw it back to Carol because we have to go to a commercial break.
We sure do, family. Hey there. For those of you who've just joined us, welcome. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We're in our first dating game event. What? And let me tell you something. It is on and popping. Stay with us because we are coming right back.
Everybody in the house, how you doing so far?
The girls don't want to know your
Awesome. So
Better answer.
Family, and we are back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. When I tell you we are having a ball, I cannot express to you and have you know just how much fun we are having here. We are in the midst of our dating game, and our bachelorette is asking our bachelors the questions of the evening. You should pay attention because it is on and popping.
All right, fellas.
Okay.
Okay, so imagine you whisk me away for a whirlwind romance through Italy. Tell me which 3 cities would you choose and why? 3 of my favorites are Rome, Venice, or Naples. But you can choose your own if you want. Paint a picture for me. What romantic activities would we do in each city, and what makes them special for you?
We would visit the cities that are that you admire the most. Those 3 cities. I would have to do research and study myself. I've never thought much about Italy, so I think you'd be teaching me, and we'd go where you wanted to go.
I like that. I like that. All right. So let's move on. Let's see. All right. So share your funniest, most awkward first date story. What did you learn from it, and what qualities do you appreciate in a date now?
Funny.
Funny or awkward?
Awkward. The awkward moment was thinking I had my wallet and I didn't, and asking the person I was dating to cover the meal.
Oh,
I know it happens. It really happens.
Really?
And I get that that's probably something someone would probably do to get out of a meal, but I'm a man of means. I just forgot my wallet.
Okay.
And what was awkward about it was she wasn't going for it. So I had to call somebody to come and bring me some money to
Okay.
pay for the meal.
So what did you learn from that?
Never forget your wallet.
That's right. All right.
Could you run the question by me again?
Sure. So share your funniest or most awkward first date story. What did you learn from it, and what qualities do you appreciate in a date now?
My funniest, my most awkward dating story was I just started this online dating thing, and a woman, she maybe she wasn't dressed in a way that I thought like she should be dressed like on the first date. I remember they were the hot pants, the brassiere was like way up, and I was in Center City and I parked my car on Market Street. I was going to say hello. We were on the phone. And when I realized I was 10 feet away from her, I tried to just keep going like I didn't see her.
Oh no.
And about 10 foot past, she said, "You just passed me." I was like, darn it. You know, I had to come back.
Oh my goodness.
So what did you learn from that?
That I could be pretty clever in the clinch, but
Okay. All right. So who is an unsung hero in your life? Someone who has significantly impacted you without widespread recognition?
I would say that for me, that would be my twin sister. My twin sister's always been, you know, she's 17 minutes older than I, and she is has always been a role model. Very smart young lady, very spiritual, and just seemed to be ahead of her time, even though we were twins. So I look up to her in that way.
Nice. Unsung hero.
I would say my cousin, 11 years my junior. So when he was born, I still remember holding him. And I never thought we would be best friends because, you know, I'm from old school. You know, you're 11 years younger. We'll probably never be friends. Man is my angel now. It's my cousin.
Nice.
Fantastic. And believe it or not, we are at the end of the question portion. Can we give it up for our bachelorette and our bachelors?
So now is the time for Asia to decide who she would like to take on the date. But I'd like to know from you, the audience, who do you think she should choose for her date? Reggie, round of applause. Or Samson, round of applause. Okay. Well, you have the audience respond, but it's really all up to you, Asia, based on their answers. Who would you like to take on a date, dinner and a show provided by City Winery? Who do you choose?
I have to choose myself.
You have
Yes,
to choose
ma'am.
yourself.
I can't pick it out of a hat.
No, you can't.
No, ma'am.
Well, both of these gentlemen were impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Asia says she wants both.
Yeah, I want both. I can't
Yeah, we ain't paying for that.
All right. Guys, do that for me one more time.
Okay, Reggie, give him a round of applause. Or Samson, give him a round of applause. Who do you choose?
All right. It sounded like it was Reggie.
Is that who you choose? I can't hit the Jeopardy theme without getting hit with the copyright thing.
Okay, Reggie, looks like it's me and you.
Gentlemen, for the first winners of the WURD dating game.
Family.
Asia and Reggie will be going out on a date. Samson, we want to say thank you so much for playing. Can we give him a round of applause? Samson, as you make your way through the crowd, someone else may want to ask you a couple of questions. So please be open to it because this is a get to know you type of event. Samson, if you can come this way, please give him a round of applause. Thank you so much. In the meantime, so Carol is going to be speaking with the folks on a date, but in the meantime, I would like to present you both with this gift bag, a Love Yourself gift bag for playing our very first game.
Thank you
It
so
is
much.
chock full of a lot of stuff to help you. Yes, it's a lot of stuff. It's heavy. And
good
there's
stuff.
glass
Good
in there,
stuff.
so don't play with that. You get hurt. All
That's a
right,
good
enjoy
one.
yourself.
Uh-oh.
So we're gonna throw it back to Miss Carol Riddick.
Thank you so much, Tiffany Bacon. Can you please give our beloved Tiffany Bacon a huge round of applause? And to our bachelor and bachelorette. Can I still say that? Should I just say our contestants? What now? I mean, since we're about to go on a date. Reggie, my first question is for you. How do you feel about having been chosen?
Listen, it's always a beautiful thing when a brother is chosen by a sister.
Oh, I know that's right. See, look, he came prepared. He came ready, Asia. He came ready. Family, for those of you who missed what just took place, okay, we just ended the dating game. Asia has chosen Reggie to go out on the date. Asia, are you looking forward to your date with Reggie at City Winery?
Yes, I am looking forward to our date, and I'll bring more questions.
I know you will.
You know I was going to ask. Weren't we about to ask? I know the two of you right there were saying, I bet she had more questions because I felt the same thing. I knew she had more questions.
Carol, can I just make one request of Asia?
Oh, wait a minute.
Can you
now,
break
already?
your questions into one and no more than 2-part questions?
I'll try.
Thank you.
That was sweet. That was really sweet. So let me ask the both of you individually. First, I'm going to ask you, Asia, what about this event was of interest to you?
So usually when it comes to dating, I'm shy. I'm a very bubbly person, but when it comes to dating, I freeze up. So just coming here was adventurous for me because I know he's not going to find me on my couch during the commercial break on Lifetime.
Right.
So I had to come out and just put myself out there. So that was adventurous in itself.
I love it. And she came ready.
Yes.
Did she not come ready, family? Those questions, she came ready. So I have the same question for you, Reggie.
Well, first of all, thank you for sponsoring this event. But in my soul and the passion and the calling of what I do for a living, I believe that these events are necessary for us to come together as a people, but to bring men and women together so we can solve our differences and understand the challenges that are before us, that are, really a challenge to us as a people in our community, and especially the partnership between me and the woman that God made for me. So I'm hoping that we have more events like this so that we can really bring a discussion around this topic and begin to solve some of the problems and really identify them so that we can appropriately address them.
Okay, you're already going on the date. Reggie. I think listen, wait. Okay, Reggie, you hear him? He's still.
All right,
Do you hear him?
Ready.
So I'm going to ask you, Reggie, the question that we all want to know the response to. Why not Italy? Why Miami? What?
Well, listen, I believe.
Don't we want to know?
I believe in her dreams about Italy, and certainly we can get to Italy. But I believe there's so many other countries that I believe we probably could visit first.
Okay.
Mainly countries that people that look like us. Sometimes it's important for us to get out of this country so that we can see people who look like us that run other countries. And I would prefer that we land in one of those countries first before we go to another country.
Thank you for that. Family, were we not wondering? Because I know we all said the same thing. Well, wait a minute. She just said,
There's no doubt, it's romantic.
No,
Trust-
let me tell you, I appreciate your response. I personally appreciate your response to that question. I'm sure you do, Asia. I'm sure you do. Listen, so now you think.
Listen, I can compromise,
Thank you,
but
sister.
the immediate no, I didn't know about that.
I'm telling you,
Now,
we
wait
were
a minute,
all
Reggie.
taken aback at the immediate no, and then maybe Miami. Well, wait a minute. What? Well, why Miami? What?
It's no longer Miami. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe again a country that a Caribbean country or something like that.
I can compromise, but no Miami.
Okay.
No Miami. Scratch Miami.
Okay. So you were talking earlier about nourishment. So I'm taking it. Do you cook?
Yes, I love to cook. I think cooking is an expression of love. It's an expression of culture. I believe it's not only that, it's an expression of my ability to show a woman that I can nurture her more than just with words and with money and things like that. So I believe cooking is very important. But I'm from the Midwest, so we have a Southern value system. It's baked in my DNA.
Asia?
I'm getting the meal.
Okay. More than that sea bass and that risotto, right?
Yeah, a little more than that.
What was sea bass? Right? Was sea bass?
$20 though. If we give us $20, we can get some other stuff.
I can give you some meal suggestions.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So let me ask you this: had we not put the first date together for you, what would be your suggestion? What would have been your suggestion?
Well, that's a good question because I'm not on. I don't date online, so it would have been an event like this where someone who knew me would invite me to this, so that I can. First of all, Asia is a beautiful person, and I've had an enjoyable moment up here with her and the other guy that was here dating us. Forget his name, but Samson, beautiful guy. He answered and participated, and he had some great questions, some that I thought were way better than mine. But I also got a chance to mingle with the people out there, and I know the audience can't see them, but there are some beautiful people out there that talk to me about various things about their lives that Tiffany asked them questions about, and we certainly appreciated them. In fact, we talked to the owners who told us their story, but I met another couple out there that I'm looking at who've been married for over 30 years.
Wow.
And I think they're the only couple here that are married, but they spoke to me, and I asked them a lot of questions about how long they've been married and why and so forth. Come to figure from her husband, she told me that he is a man that travels and they just have a bond together that I really appreciate. And certainly my night meeting them was a blessing.
Wow. Family, for those of you who are just joining us, welcome. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. Ron, what are you doing over there? Family, you know Ron is here. You know Ron. You know Ron. You know Ron is here.
We hear Ron every week.
You know Ron is here. So, family, before we get to Ron's question, family, what I want you to know is that we are having a ball here at Bayou Bar and Grill right here at 5025 Baltimore Avenue. Family, are we not having a ball? We are having a great time. We just wrapped up the dating game. Right now, we are talking with our couple. Okay, you are the first Love and Life What? Can we get a round of applause for that? That's love right there. This is the first Love and Life couple. We're talking with Asia and Reggie. They will be going on a date to City Winery. Ooh, I can't. First of all, I can't wait. We can't wait. I'm going to say that. I'm going to speak for everybody. I'm going to find comfort in speaking for everybody, saying we can't wait to talk with you two after this date to find out how it goes. I'm so excited for the both of you.
I'm excited as well.
I am too.
They
but
are.
I'm going to bring some A-game questions for Asia.
Okay.
You better be ready.
Oh, you gonna really?
That's right.
No, you can't. No, Reggie.
No, I got to.
No,
Reggie,
don't.
It's got to be mutual. You know, I understand that. I think dating today, we really, when we go on a date, we have to mutually meet and understand and vet one another.
Mm-hmm. This is true. This is true. This is
So
true.
sometimes
But don't break it down the first date.
Oh no,
Reggie. I mean,
it's
you
not
know.
about breaking down. It's getting to know this young lady. I can tell by her vibrancy that she's willing to talk.
I like
and she
it.
wants me to know her because she wants to know me. And the only way we can do that is practice the
She said, "When is this date? When is this now? When are we going to City One?" I love it. I love it. Love it. You know, I did not say from the beginning. Thank you, Asia. Thank you, Reggie. Thank you to Samson as well for being participants. Thank you,
Samson. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Because we all know this is not easy. It's not easy. I mean, it's not easy meeting people, but it's also not easy being put on the spot, being, seated with, a potential.
Another notch.
Neither was I.
And to
I'm just
that,
coming off the couch.
See, but I love this. I'm curious to know what was your expectation, both of you. That's a question for both of you individually. What was your expectation of tonight, of this event?
Well, I thought it would just be just an event where you mingle, but an event where you know that you're here to meet someone. So that made it kind of easier for me.
Okay.
As opposed to just going out and just being in a room filled with people and just not knowing, your intention or the other person's intention. But I mean, I was excited. It was a nice mingler. I met a lot of nice people who are experiencing, trying to find a perfect partner.
Sure.
So just meeting people and just getting some gems and listening to the other couple that was here, the owners of Yes, their story was amazing. It was inspirational. I got some great tips. I'm not dating online. I kind of tried it years ago and just was like, no. But she gave some really good tips. So tonight was amazing.
I'm going to, in one moment, because I want to share with our family, you did meet Cherie Syfax. She came on to the show not so long ago to talk with us and share with us about her love story. That is to whom they're referring. Cherie Syfax is one of the owners. She and her husband own this beautiful establishment, and their love story is definitely, it's unique. It's so unique and wonderful and special.
Yeah.
So Reggie, your answer to the question.
Well,
if you don't
my
mind.
answer is it is very good. And I mean good, and I'm very comfortable when it's good about our community. So coming here tonight was easy for me.
Okay.
One, because I want the best for our community no matter what. And I'm hoping that other people who were not up here today were at least mingling with one another, meeting one another, and at least just getting to connect with each other in ways that they probably wouldn't be. Again, when you have a live event, it's not online. People have a chance and, they shoot the shot and whatever happens. So I think this format was good. I think it's needed. I think we look forward to you guys doing more of this and hopefully our community can take the idea and begin to reformulate what it is to be in Black love.
Thank you so much. How about that Black love? We talk about it all the time. Black love. We need more of it. So family, if we host another event like this, will you come again?
Yeah.
So,
and bring a friend.
And how
because
about that?
We need some brothers up in here too.
I was just about to ask you, Reggie. I should have asked Samson as well. But I'm curious to know. So for an event like this, do you think, it's of interest to our Black men to attend events like this?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, there were. I think this event happened so quickly that some people couldn't make it because of that. But I believe that this is an event that would spark interest, and I think that it's time. It's time for us to know our community in a way that we haven't around, especially after COVID. Things have changed around dating. There's some major, misconceptions about dating in our community, and some of it we have to fix. But we can only fix it if we meet in person and begin to exchange ideas with each other, and that is where I think we need to be. And this is a step in the right direction.
Thank you for that. Listen, family, when I tell you Reggie came ready, okay, ready. Did he not come ready? Reggie came ready. What? But Asia said she was ready too.
Asia was more than ready. Listen, Asia was more than ready. And I so appreciate her questions. I mean, they were research questions.
Yes, they were. She said she spoke with a focus group, basically. They sat down and met.
These questions were from a think tank.
They absolutely were. Family, listen, for those of you who are just joining us, or even if you've been hanging out with us all night, I'm going to remind you that you are taking part in Love and Life's first live event. Yes, what happens to Murgatroyd? You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. When I tell you, we've played games, okay? We've talked, you heard earlier, we were sharing secrets over here, Candace Johnson and I. We were playing the touchy-feely game. What? We played the game. We talked about her company, Gushy Candy. We're doing all kinds of things here tonight. But guess what? What we're doing at its core is sharing love, because that's the purpose of tonight's event. We came out to talk with one another, to spend some time, some spirit, some attention with one another, but to get to know one another better. But I want to tell you this, fellas, and when we do this again, I better see you here. You hear me? I better see you here. Right, ladies? That's right. That's right, because there are some ladies that are here waiting to meet those of you gentlemen who got scared by a snowflake earlier. I'm going to tell you that right now. I know they did. I know you did, because some of you I spoke with and you told me you were coming and I don't see you here. But guess what? It's time for us to take just a short commercial break. Is that right? I believe it's time. It is not. He said, no. What are you talking about? I thought it was time for a commercial break. He said, no, keep talking. So I'm going to turn this way. I'm going to focus again on Asia and Reggie. And I want to find out, Asia, now I know we shared that you had your think tank,
Yes.
Wow. How long did it take you all to put those questions together?
So these questions originated from conversations that I've had with my friends. So in my friend group, there are a few of us that are single. And so, we sit around, we go to brunch and we talk on the phone and we discuss different dates that we've been on. And this is where these questions originate from experience, Wow. So, and then also just trying to get to know a person without directly asking them, are you sane?
Yeah, they were some loaded questions, but I can appreciate that though. No, listen, they were 5-part questions.
Loaded and multifaceted.
Yes, they were, but I so appreciate that. I can appreciate that because, like you said, you get to know a lot about a person from their responses to, well, what was one question, but those questions because they were broken down. If you were not logged in earlier or were not joining us earlier, when I tell you you missed something, you missed these questions. What? I was sitting here thinking myself, They were. I was sitting here thinking myself, yeah, okay, Now, how would I have answered that? But I thought they were so well thought out. They were so well put together. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, had I been a contestant and I've been up here with Asia and they would have asked me to ask some questions, you all would have said, well, you really didn't put any thought into this, did you? Because your questions were so good. They were so in tune. Really so now let me ask you this. Your friends, when you told them that you were going to participate, you were going to do this, what did they say? What was their reaction to this?
Hey, girl, you really going to do that? And I was like, yeah, why not? So I'm the venturous one out of the group. So,
okay. See, I didn't get adventurous when you said you were the couch potato, but I love it.
Well, you know what? I am adventurous, but when it comes to dating, it's different.
Right.
I freeze up, right? So, I mean, just from experience, I've had some male friends that say, well, I didn't, I work with them. They're like, I didn't know you were single. I mean, you come in here every day, like, life is fabulous. And I'm
It-
like, yeah, I'm single.
Well, why can't it be fabulous?
I mean, it's still fabulous.
You right?
You
Right?
know, I don't know what vibe I give off.
Okay.
But over the last like year or so, I've been kind of like just studying it. Like, what are my vibes? What's my energy? What's my body language? When I say certain things, does it make me more inviting or interesting to a potential partner? So you got to put all of that into your thinking. Like when I was in high school, dating wasn't this hard. You just showed up, it was cute, and do you like me? Yes or no. But now it's more complex because you want to know who your partner is.
Right.
Are we compatible?
Absolutely.
Do we have anything in common? Do we have dislikes? Like, will we be able to survive past the honeymoon phase? Because that's what's important.
That's so important. It's so important. And you were absolutely right. It was so much easier. It was so much easier once upon a time. Now, like you said, you're trying to find out if a person is sane. That wasn't even a part of the process when we were younger. You
It
didn't
was
even.
not.
You did it. What does he have? Good sense. She said, listen, all of the above. Okay. All of the above. And I was laughing when you and Samson, when Reggie and Samson, you were giving your responses to some of the questions. I was listening to the ladies. I was listening to the ladies in the room. Some said, some said, oh, some said, okay. I said, it was so comical listening to the different responses.
It reveals their character, their way of
does.
thinking.
It does. So, well, you had everybody alarmed, Reggie, when you said no to Italy. When she said,
that was a horrible answer.
But see, and then I tried to save him. I was
You
like,
did.
"Wait, the question says imagine."
And she did say that. And when she told me that, I just closed my eyes and imagined.
Okay,
And
see.
that was my answer.
Well, let me tell you, we were all right here on the front line saying, huh? Didn't we, ladies? We said no. And then when you said, well, maybe Miami, we thought, I'm sorry, what? 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 Why? Two different places.
But listen, part of meeting a partner
Mhm.
is to discover one another's weaknesses and challenges,
Mhm.
right? And that
Mhm.
might be a challenge of mine, but that's an area where I would be vulnerable to learn. So some of that means that she might have to show up more in that area than I have the capacity in that juncture. But doesn't mean that that I don't have all the rest of this stuff.
How about that?
Right.
Oh,
Ooh,
shucks.
that was good.
That was a good answer. Listen, Asia, this is going to be a wonderful date. I can't imagine your two personalities. So I'm curious to know another question for the both of you individually. What would have been a deal breaker, an absolute deal breaker?
A deal breaker for me is just someone who doesn't have any future goals. They don't have a passion. And then with Reggie, it's just, his personality. Like, I don't know much about you, but I do know that you have a purpose. I do know that you love your community, you love your people. And so some of those things are important to me as well. Well, all of those things are important to me as well. So I think.
And to you, Reggie?
I don't know that I could think of a deal breaker tonight because I don't really know Asia, but I was privy to meeting and talking with her earlier with some of the breaker questions that we had earlier.
I was
And
going to ask that.
Yeah, I didn't know who she was.
Right.
We were just talking. I was talking to her and another young lady at the table. Thought she was very pleasant. She talked about her second career and how she was doing with that. But I believe that when we think about deal breakers, we really, clearly, a deal breaker would be someone we're not compatible with. But again, I believe that before you think about deal breakers with other people, you need to make sure that you haven't had any deal breakers with yourself. And by that, I mean, you just need to show up and be whole. I think that's a challenge for a lot of relationships. I've been there where I've made decisions on partners based on looks or things like that. And if you were honest with yourself, you look back and you learn from that. So I believe that tonight was a moment in expression, even though it was WURD putting on this event. I think we all showed up here tonight just authentically looking to connect with our community an opportunity, and if it's a possibility, love.
I could not have said that better. How about that? Do you hear that, family? Do you hear that, family? Well, here we are, family. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. Tonight was our first live event. I cannot thank all of you enough. We, the entire WURD family, want to thank you, family, for watching, for listening, for you, for attending, you for participating. We want to thank our sponsors, the Pennsylvania Lottery, Bayou Bar and Grill, the City Winery, heavens to Mercator. You hear me? Dr. Marquita, we're sending you all the love we can muster in this moment, and healing prayers. You hear me? We're sending all of that to you. Family, just thank you. Shut up, Marquita. Today is also Dr. Marquita's birthday. Happy birthday, Dr. Williams. Okay, so we definitely, I'm calling you. So family, just praise God from whom all blessings flow. You know, I like to say that as we wrap tonight's event, as we wrap every event, I do like to start it in that way. But again, family, I want to thank you. Ron, I see you there. Ron has been supporting family. You know, he would have called in tonight if he wasn't here, but Ron is here. He came, he's hanging out with us all. Thank you to Cherie Syfax, particularly and especially, and the Mr. and the husband. I don't know his name, and that's terrible because I should have found that out before I went to say it. But Mr. and Mrs. I should have said, thank you so much for allowing us to come and share time, spirit, attention, space, and love at your establishment, your beautiful establishment. Family, you know I always say it, be good to you, be good to those around you. We are all in this together. Thank you so much for joining us here at Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. God loves you, but so do I.
And for everyone in the house,